Ever felt like you're drowning in a sea of stress? You're not alone. In our fast-paced world, stress is an unwelcome but constant companion. From demanding jobs to chaotic schedules, it seems like there's always something pulling at us. But what if I told you that there's an ancient philosophy that's been helping people manage stress for centuries? Enter Stoicism. This philosophy, popularized by ancient Greek and Roman thinkers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, offers practical tools for navigating life's inevitable challenges. The Stoics weren't just armchair philosophers. They were leaders, soldiers, and statesmen who faced their fair share of adversity. And yet, they found ways to cultivate inner peace and resilience. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic, your phone is buzzing, and your boss just sent you a last-minute request. Your heart races, and your mind starts to race. Sounds familiar? The Stoics would say that this is a normal human experience, but they would also argue that our reactions to these situations are often what cause us the most stress. In this guide, we'll explore some of the core principles of Stoicism and how they can be applied to our modern lives. We'll delve into practical techniques for managing stress, cultivating gratitude, and developing a more resilient mindset. Whether you're a seasoned Stoic or someone who's just starting to explore the philosophy, there's something here for everyone. Master your mind. Ever feel like your thoughts are running a marathon inside your head, like a hamster on a wheel, going nowhere fast? Well, you're not alone. The ancient Stoics, those wise old Greeks and Romans, had a lot to say about taming the mind. They argued that it's not what happens to us that truly matters, but how we think about what happens to us. Let's break it down. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You could get angry, frustrated, and start honking your horn. Or you could use that time to listen to a podcast, enjoy the scenery, or simply take a few deep breaths. The situation is the same in both cases, but your reaction is what changes everything. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our control, our thoughts, our actions, and others are not, the weather, traffic, other people's opinions. By focusing on what we can control, we can reduce stress and increase our overall happiness. So, how do we master our minds? Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment without judgment. Notice your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Challenge negative thoughts. When you have a negative thought, ask yourself, is this really true? Often, we exaggerate the negative and minimize the positive. Practice gratitude. Focusing on what you're grateful for can shift your perspective and improve your mood. Visualize peace. Imagine yourself in a calm and peaceful place. This can help you relax and reduce anxiety. Remember, it's not about eliminating negative thoughts altogether, but about learning to respond to them differently. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Let's start small. Today, try to notice your thoughts throughout the day. Are they helpful or harmful? Can you challenge the negative ones? By practicing these techniques, you'll be well on your way to mastering your mind and living a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Want to dive deeper? Here are a few questions to ponder. What are your biggest stressors? What negative thought patterns do you often find yourself caught in? How can you incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine? Remember, mastering your mind is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself and enjoy the process. Embrace the struggle. Ever felt like life was throwing curveballs at you? You're not alone. Bad things happen to good people, right? Well, the Stoics would argue that it's not about what happens to you, but how you respond to it. Let's talk about adversity. It's like a weightlifter's barbell. The more you lift, the stronger you get. The Stoics believed that challenges are opportunities for growth. They're not setbacks, but rather setups for a comeback. Remember Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who wrote Meditations? He was constantly surrounded by challenges and hardships, from political intrigue to military campaigns. Yet, he found a way to not only survive, but to thrive. How? By embracing adversity as a natural part of life. So, how do we embrace the struggle? Reframe your perspective. Instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Focus on what you can control. You can't control external events, but you can control your reaction to them. Practice acceptance. Sometimes things just happen. Accepting what is, rather than resisting it, can lead to greater peace of mind. Let's say you lose your job. It's a tough situation, no doubt. But instead of wallowing in self-pity, you could use this as an opportunity to re-evaluate your career goals, develop new skills, or start your own business. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our control, our thoughts, our actions, and others are not, external events. By focusing on what we can control, we can turn adversity into advantage. Remember, life is full of ups and downs, but by embracing the struggle, we can become stronger, more resilient, and more fulfilled. As the saying goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Practice gratitude. Ever stopped to smell the roses? Or maybe you're more of a coffee person. Either way, the point is to appreciate the little things in life. That's what gratitude is all about. The Stoics were big on gratitude. They believed that focusing on what we have, rather than what we lack, is key to a happy life. It's like having a superpower that can transform our perspective and make even the most mundane moments feel special. Why is gratitude so powerful? Well, for starters, it shifts our focus from what we don't have to what we do. It's like looking through a different lens. Instead of seeing a half-empty glass, we see a glass that's still half full. Remember when you were a kid and you were excited about the simplest things? A new toy, a sunny day, a delicious snack. As adults, we tend to take these things for granted. Practicing gratitude helps us recapture that childlike wonder. So how do we cultivate gratitude? Keep a gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Practice mindfulness. Pay attention to the present moment and appreciate the little things. Express gratitude to others. A simple thank you can go a long way. Volunteer your time. Helping others can give you a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Let's say you're feeling down. Maybe you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, try to focus on what you do have. A loving family, good health, a roof over your head. These are all things to be grateful for. The Stoics would remind us that it's not about having everything, but about appreciating what we have. As the Roman philosopher Seneca said, "It is not so much how much we have, but how much we enjoy that makes happiness." Want to give gratitude a try? Start a gratitude jar and every day write down something you're thankful for on a small piece of paper and put it in the jar. At the end of the week, read through your notes and reflect on how grateful you are. Remember, gratitude is a practice. It's something you have to work on every day. But the rewards are worth it. So go ahead, give it a try. You might be surprised at how much it can improve your life. Cultivate self-discipline. Ever set a goal and then struggle to stick with it? Whether it's hitting the gym regularly, eating healthier, or finishing a project, Self-discipline can be a real challenge, but it's a skill that can be learned and mastered. The Stoics were all about self-discipline. They believed that by training our minds and bodies to do what we know we should, we could achieve a greater sense of freedom and fulfillment. Imagine your mind as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Self-discipline is like working out for your mind. It's about training yourself to do what's right, even when it's difficult. So, how do we cultivate self-discipline? Start small. Don't try to change everything at once. Start with small, achievable goals and gradually build from there. Create a routine. Having a routine can help you stay on track and reduce the amount of willpower you need to exert. Eliminate distractions. Identify the things that are preventing you from achieving your goals and minimize your exposure to them. Find a role model. Look for people who inspire you and emulate their habits. Let's say you want to start a new exercise routine. You might start by committing to just 10 minutes of exercise a day. Once that becomes a habit, you can gradually increase the duration and intensity. The Stoics would say that self-discipline is about aligning your actions with your values. If you value your health, you'll be more likely to make healthy choices. If you value your relationships, you'll be more likely to prioritize spending time with loved ones. Remember, self-discipline is a journey, not a destination. There will be setbacks along the way, but the important thing is to keep going. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple reminder can help us to become better listeners and more thoughtful communicators. Set boundaries. Ever felt like you're giving so much of yourself that there's nothing left for you? That's a classic sign that you might need to set some boundaries. Boundaries are like fences around your property. They protect what's yours and keep out unwanted visitors. The Stoics understood the importance of boundaries. They believed that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. Setting boundaries is a way of taking control of our lives and protecting our peace of mind. Imagine your life is a garden. You want to nurture the plants that bring you joy, but you also need to weed out the things that are draining your energy. Boundaries are like a garden fence. They keep the weeds out and protect your beautiful flowers. So, how do we set boundaries? Identify your limits. What are you willing and not willing to do? Communicate your boundaries. Be clear and assertive when communicating your boundaries to others. Enforce your boundaries. Be prepared to follow through if someone violates your boundaries. Be kind but firm. You can set boundaries without being rude or unkind. Let's say you're a people pleaser. You often find yourself saying yes to things you don't really want to do. Setting boundaries might mean learning to say no without feeling guilty. The Stoics would say that it's okay to prioritize your own needs. In fact, it's necessary. As the Roman philosopher Seneca said, "It is not enough to be busy, so are the ants." The question is, what are we busy about? Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish, it's self-care. When you set boundaries, you're showing yourself and others that you respect yourself. Connect with others. Ever felt lonely, even when surrounded by people? Humans are social creatures, and connection is a fundamental human need. The Stoics understood this deeply. While they emphasized self-sufficiency, they also recognized the importance of human connection. Imagine a tree. It needs sunlight, water, and nutrients to thrive. Humans are the same. We need social interaction to grow and flourish. So how do we nurture our relationships? Quality over quantity. It's not about having a huge circle of friends, but about having deep, meaningful connections. Active listening. Pay attention to what others are saying without interrupting. Empathy. Try to see things from other people's perspectives. Give and receive. Relationships are a two-way street. Give as much as you receive. Let's say you're feeling stressed about work. Talking to a friend or family member about it can help you feel better. Sometimes just venting to someone who cares can make a big difference. The Stoics believed that we should contribute to the well-being of our communities. This doesn't mean you have to join every club or volunteer for every cause. It simply means finding ways to connect with others in a meaningful way. Remember, strong relationships can provide a buffer against stress and loneliness. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "A man is not born for himself alone, but for others too." Limit distractions. Ever felt like you're constantly bombarded with notifications, emails, and social media updates? It's like your brain is a non-stop news channel. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere. But the Stoics, those ancient philosophers who valued peace of mind, would argue that these distractions are actually preventing us from living our best lives. Think of your mind as a garden. You want to cultivate beautiful flowers, but weeds keep popping up. Distractions are like those weeds. They choke out the good stuff. So, how do we limit distractions? Digital detox. Schedule regular breaks from technology to give your brain a rest. Create a dedicated workspace. Designate a specific area for work or study to minimize interruptions. Mindfulness meditation. Practice mindfulness to help you focus on the present moment. Time management techniques. Use techniques like the Pomodoro technique to break down tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks. Let's say you're trying to write a paper. Every time you sit down to work, you find yourself checking your phone or getting lost on social media. You could try using an app that blocks distracting websites or turning off notifications on your phone. The Stoics would say that external distractions are often a reflection of our internal struggles. If we can learn to quiet our minds, we'll be less susceptible to external distractions. Remember, limiting distractions is not about depriving yourself of enjoyment. It's about creating a more peaceful and productive life. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to us, but how we react to it that matters." Practice mindfulness. Ever caught yourself lost in thought, replaying a past event, or worrying about the future? That's your mind wandering. Mindfulness is the practice of anchoring yourself in the present moment. It's about being fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. The Stoics were masters of mindfulness. They believed that by focusing on the present moment, we could cultivate a sense of inner peace and reduce suffering. Imagine your mind is a river. Thoughts are like leaves floating downstream. Mindfulness is like standing on the bank and simply observing the leaves float by without getting caught up in them. So, how do we practice mindfulness? Meditation. This is the most common way to practice mindfulness. There are many different types of meditation, so find one that works for you. Mindful breathing. Pay attention to your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Mindful eating. Savor each bite of food and pay attention to the sensations in your mouth. Mindful walking. Focus on the sensation of your feet hitting the ground and the feeling of the wind on your skin. Let's say you're feeling stressed about work. Instead of letting your mind race with worries, try practicing mindfulness. Focus on your breath. Notice the sensations in your body and bring your attention back to the present moment. The Stoics would say that our suffering is often caused by our thoughts about the past or the future. By focusing on the present moment, we can reduce our suffering and experience a greater sense of peace. Remember, mindfulness is a skill that takes practice. It's like learning to play a musical instrument. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Move your body. Ever felt like you've hit a wall? Maybe you're feeling sluggish, stressed, or just plain blah. Sometimes, all you need is a good workout. The ancient Greeks knew a thing or two about the mind-body connection, and they emphasized the importance of physical activity for both physical and mental health. Think of your body as a machine. It needs fuel to run efficiently, and exercise is that fuel. But it's more than just physical health. Exercise is a powerful tool for mental well-being too. It can help reduce stress, improve your mood, and boost your cognitive function. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who were all about living a good life, understood the importance of physical exertion. They believed that by taking care of our bodies, we were taking care of our minds as well. So, how do we incorporate more movement into our lives? Find an activity you enjoy. Whether it's dancing, hiking, or playing sports, choose something you look forward to doing. Start small. If you're new to exercise, start with small, achievable goals. Make it a habit. Schedule workouts into your calendar and treat them like any other important appointment. Find a workout buddy. Having a workout partner can help you stay motivated and accountable. Let's say you're feeling overwhelmed by work. Instead of reaching for another cup of coffee, try going for a walk or hitting the gym. Physical activity can help clear your head and give you a fresh perspective. The Stoics would say that our bodies are our temples. By taking care of them, we're honoring ourselves and the universe. Remember, movement is medicine. It's a powerful tool for improving your physical and mental health. So, get up, get moving, and start feeling your best. Get enough sleep. Ever felt like you're running on empty? Sleep is one of the most important things we can do for our health, yet it's often the first thing we sacrifice. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who valued self-discipline and tranquility, understood the importance of rest. Imagine your brain as a computer. It needs to be recharged every night. Sleep is that recharge. When you don't get enough sleep, your brain can't function at its best, leading to problems with memory, concentration, and mood. So, how do we ensure we get enough sleep? Create a sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Wind down before bed with activities like reading or taking a warm bath. Optimize your sleep environment. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. Limit screen time before bed. The blue light emitted from screens can interfere with your sleep. Let's say you're pulling an all-nighter to study for a big exam. You might think you're being productive, but you're actually doing more harm than good. Sleep is essential for consolidating memories and improving cognitive function. The Stoics would say that our bodies have natural rhythms. By respecting these rhythms and getting enough sleep, we can live in harmony with ourselves and the universe. Remember, sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. When you get enough sleep, you'll be more productive, more creative, and better able to handle stress. Eat a healthy diet. Ever felt sluggish or had trouble concentrating? What you eat plays a huge role in how you feel. The food you put on your plate is like fuel for your body and mind. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who valued self-control and living in harmony with nature, understood the importance of a healthy diet. Think of your body as a car. If you put low-quality fuel in it, it's not going to run very well. The same goes for your body. When you eat processed foods and sugary drinks, you're essentially putting junk into your engine. So, how do we nourish our bodies? Eat whole foods. Prioritize fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Limit processed foods. Cut back on sugary drinks, fast food, and processed snacks. Cook at home. This gives you more control over what goes into your food. Mindful eating. Pay attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Let's say you're feeling stressed and you reach for a bag of chips. While it might provide temporary relief, it's not doing your body any favors. Instead, try grabbing a piece of fruit or a handful of nuts. The Stoics believed in moderation in all things, including food. They understood that our bodies are not just physical vessels, but also the temples of our souls. By nourishing our bodies with healthy food, we're honoring ourselves and the universe. Remember, what you eat affects not only your physical health, but also your mental health. When you fuel your body with nutrient-dense foods, you'll have more energy, feel better, and be able to better handle life's challenges. Laugh more. Ever heard the saying, "Laughter is the best medicine"? There's a lot of truth to it. Laughter is not just a way to pass the time. It's a powerful tool for improving your physical and mental health. The Stoics, despite their reputation for seriousness, understood the value of joy and humor. Imagine your brain as a muscle. Just like any other muscle, it needs to be exercised. Laughter is one of the best ways to exercise your brain. It releases endorphins, which have mood-boosting effects, and can help reduce stress. So, how do we incorporate more laughter into our lives? Spend time with funny people. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Watch comedies. A good laugh can do wonders for your mood. Practice gratitude. Focusing on the positive aspects of your life can help you see the humor in everyday situations. Learn to laugh at yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. Let's say you're having a tough day at work. Instead of dwelling on your problems, try watching a funny video or calling a friend who always knows how to make you laugh. The Stoics believed in living a virtuous life, but they also understood the importance of enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Laughter is one of those simple pleasures. Remember, laughter is contagious. When you laugh, you're not only making yourself feel better, but you're also making others feel better. So, go ahead and let loose. The world needs more laughter. Seek professional help. Ever felt like you're stuck in a rut and can't seem to get out? Sometimes, no matter how hard we try, we need a little extra help. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who valued reason and self-control, understood the importance of seeking guidance when needed. Think of your mind as a complex machine. Sometimes it needs a tune-up. A therapist or counselor can be that mechanic, helping you identify and address the underlying issues that are causing you problems. So, when should you seek professional help? If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're constantly feeling anxious, depressed, or stressed, it might be time to talk to a professional. If you're struggling with relationships, whether it's with your family, friends, or romantic partner, a therapist can provide tools and strategies for improving your relationships. If you're having trouble coping with a major life change, losing a loved one, getting divorced, or changing jobs can be incredibly stressful. A therapist can help you navigate these changes. Let's say you're struggling with low self-esteem. You might try to boost your confidence on your own, but you're not seeing any results. A therapist can help you identify the root causes of your low self-esteem and develop strategies for building self-compassion. The Stoics would say that there is no shame in seeking help. In fact, it's a sign of strength to recognize that you need support and to take steps to improve your well-being. Remember, seeking professional help is a sign of self-care, not a weakness. It's an investment in your mental health and overall happiness. So, there you have it. By adopting a Stoic perspective, we can transform stress from a debilitating force into a catalyst for growth. Remember, the Stoics weren't about denying our emotions or pretending that life is always easy. They were about understanding that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. It's like the old saying, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. The Stoics give us the tools to cultivate that 90%. By practicing techniques like negative visualization, journaling, and mindfulness, we can develop a more resilient and adaptable mindset. In the end, it's not about eliminating stress entirely. That's unrealistic. Life is full of ups and downs. But by embracing a Stoic philosophy, we can learn to navigate these challenges with greater grace and equanimity. So, the next time you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, remember the Stoics. Take a deep breath, focus on what you can control, and practice gratitude. You've got this.